Hey, so I wanted to talk about something. We'll call it the love evolution, right? So, what I mean by that is we're in the energy age right now. And how I know that is we're not operating in a material world, we're operating in an information age. And also, what we use as a primary method of exchange, our currency, has no tangible translation, right? It's not gold based, it's not silver based, it's not based on any resources that we have because we have way fewer resources collectively or as a nation than we have in debt in the United States, obviously, and like all these people are hoarding money all over the world. But as far as money that we can legally claim as the United States, uh, we don't have enough. Like, we don't have enough resources to cover the money, right? There never has been. That's the whole game. And so the idea that we have to get used to is that we're already exchanging energy, because that's all that currency represents. It represents the idea that when you go to somebody, you're going to get cooperation and collaboration. Even though what you're handing them has no tangible value, you can exchange it for things of tangible value, which is fine. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, that's a great system. But when you produce far more money than there is resources, and then you make resources very expensive, it allows you to hold on to imaginary money so that you can dominate resources which actually exist, which is what's happening. And it's a derivatives based economy. If you want to learn about it, watch The Smartest Guys in the Room. It talks about the Enron story. They would build something that had a future projected income. They used energy, right? So they would build a power plant which would then produce energy in the future, and they would sell it. Well, they would sell it often before they even built the power plant, and then they would take that money, declare bankruptcy on that project, and they would claim it on their books as a profit because they sold the debt to an outside company, a shell company which they created. And it's just a shell game. That's all that this currency is, and that's what this political system has turned into. I mean, the fact that we're in the middle of a presidential race and one of the candidates has been suspected of cheating in multiple states, and it has been theoretically confirmed by multiple sources that things were off, that things were skewed, and that we should really consider. But nobody seems to really even be taking into pause in the media. Now, even though people in general are like, why? How is it possible? Like, I'm a real estate broker. I couldn't go to your house and forge a signature on a contract, and then you say, no, I don't want to list with you. And I say, no, it's okay. I've already decided. And I'm a great realtor. So you're going to like me as your realtor. And look, you've already signed here. You've already accepted that I'm the best candidate for the job. That's ridiculous. I would get arrested. That's forgery. That's fraud. That's a complete misrepresentation of fiduciary responsibilities. I'm not even an attorney, and I know that. And we're sitting here arguing and arguing over money and money and money like it's a real thing. It's not a real thing. It's cooperation, it's collaboration, it's the security and the peace of mind that comes with the idea that you will be able to cooperate and collaborate, and that you have a tool to leverage this energy of how much you would like to cooperate, how much you would like to collaborate. And that's all that it is. And when we start coming back to the idea that what's really going on is we're all having an experience of the planet, and we're having a poor experience of the planet because we've been focused on trying to own pieces of it. And the people that started this game playing to win shaped the rules in their favor. I don't blame them. They're shaping a dream. They threw it out there. People jumped inside of it and started blowing it up and making it a real thing. It's the same thing that happens with all movements, with all ideas. They expand, and then people fit inside of them, you know? And that's all we need to do right now is we need to start thinking of some better ideas and expanding them so that people can fit inside of them, so that rather than being 1% of the people able to fit into this very narrow-minded little bubble that doesn't care about anything other than manipulating and controlling information to try to maintain security, to try to give peace of mind, while doing the opposite of what would actually provide prosperity and abundance. And that's where we're at. And it's really exciting because, I'm just looking at this whole situation and thinking, well, we're in the shell of a situation where we've been sort of caged into this, death trap of like, hey, you need to figure out how to become very smart very quickly, and adaptive and very strong, because the people that are currently in control, they're not just going to go gently into the night, and I don't expect them to. They've put a lot of time and energy and effort into this dream, and they're doing the best they can. I mean, I don't blame them for that, but the reality is, they don't stand a chance against people united. And that's what's really exciting. It's really exciting to see. It's like a body healing itself. When people come together, that's what I see as a nation healing itself, just scarred and ripped open, and looks like it's a train wreck of racism and bigotry and hatred and genocide and slavery, and war after war after war after war after war. And just when you think people are just totally hopeless, they stand up and they decide that, hey, enough is enough. And it's great. I'm really happy to be here. I'm really happy to participate. And I can't wait to see what happens next, to see what happens through us instead of to us.